Good morning, students. How are you today? I think all of you good, right? So who is absent? No one. Good. Okay. Who wants to know what is the subject we learned about? Yes, you are right. We learn about tenses. We learn about simple present tense and present continuous tense. Okay, now we learn about the four aspects in tenses. The first one is definition. The second one is formulation. The third one is example. And the fourth is conclusions. So, anyone knows about what is the difference of simple present tense and present continuous tense? Anyone knows? No? Okay, I will explain, right? So, the definition of simple present tense is tenses are used when an event is taking place or an event that occurs repeatedly or habitual. How about the present continuous tense? The definition about present continuous tense is often referred to as the present progressive tense. This form can be used to denote an going on action or plan in the future. How about the present continuous tense? The definition about present continuous tense is often referred to as the present progressive tense. This form can be used to denote an going on action or plan in the future. From the definition, we know that the difference from the simple present tense, the event occurs that habitual or repeatedly, but from the present continuous tense, we know about the action must be planned to the future. So how about the formulation? The formulation of simple present tense is subject plus verb 1 plus to be am is are plus object. But from the present continuous tense is subject plus to be plus am is are plus verb ing plus object. So you can find the difference of the formulation simple present tense and present continuous tense. Do you find the difference or not? Okay, students, if you don't find the difference of formulation simple present tense and present continuous tense, I will explain to you now. Okay, students, you can see the formulation in simple present tense. In simple present tense, we can see the formulation is subject plus verb 1 or to be am is are plus object. So we cannot use the verb ing. Okay, now let's see about the formulation of present continuous tense. The formulation of present continuous tense is subject plus to be am is are plus verb ing plus object. So we use verb ing in present continuous tense. Okay, to make you sure, you can see the example of simple present tense. Okay, from the example, we can see the formulation first. The first one is the subject, so you can choose the subject. The example is you. You can adding you on the subject. So let's go to the verb 1 or to be. You can adding the verb 1 or to be after the subject. You can adding go for the verb 1. After the verb 1, let's go to the object. So you can choose the object is, I will give example. The object is to the school. So you must adding to the school as the object. We make the complete sentence is you go to the school. So the sentence is you go to the school from simple present tense. Do you get the point, right? Okay, now we can see example of present continuous tense. So you can see the formulation of simple present tense is subject plus verb 1 or to be plus verb ing plus object. So the first one is you must adding the subject. You can choose the subject. The example is we can choose he for the subject. Then we adding the verb 1 or to be. We choose is to the example. We can choose is, and the verb ing we can choose writing. But the basic word is write. So you can adding ing. So the the word is writing. Write plus ing, writing. So the last is the object. We choose the letter as an object. You can adding the object is the letter. So we make it to be one sentences. He is writing the letter. So that is the example of present continuous tense. Okay, now we until to the conclusion. Anyone know about the conclusion? No? Okay, I will explain to you. Okay, from the conclusion, in simple present tense, the first one is in the formulation, we not use the verb ing. And the second one is even in simple present tense that occurs repeatedly. So in the present continuous tense, we conclude that in the formulation, we use verb ing, and the second one, the even action planned in the future. Do you get the point now? Okay, students, now for your homework, you can give example 5 example of simple present tense and 5 example of present continuous tense. Students, I think that's all my explanation. Thank you for your attention and see you next week.